It is with a heavy heart that I announce that at 2 p.m. Atlantic today, 6 p.m. at the scene of the accident in the Ionian Sea, search and rescue efforts were officially transitioned into recovery efforts, following the tragic accident involving a Royal Canadian Air Force CH-148 Cyclone helicopter off the coast of Greece in the Mediterranean Sea. This decision was not taken lightly. As I mentioned yesterday, the search was executed by multiple ships, including the Fredericton and Italian and Turkish allies. This was supported by helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft from Italy, Turkey, Greece, and the United States, both during the day and at night. While searches on the sea are never easy, these units have completely saturated the area for the duration of the search over a known crash location, so we are certain that if there were survivors, we would have found them within the past 48 hours. Cette décision n'a pas été prise à la légère.
This decision was not taken lightly. As I mentioned yesterday, search and rescue missions were led by fixed-wing helicopter, and these craft searched the entire area during the entire search area. And we are certain that if there were survivors, they would have been found over the past 48 hours.
We know that one member, Sub-Lieutenant Abigail Cobra, a Marine Systems Engineering Officer, has died. We can now confirm that the other 5 members who were on board the aircraft are now officially considered missing and presumed deceased. They are Captain Brendan Ian McDonald, pilot; Captain Kevin Hagen, pilot; Captain Maxime Miron Morin, Air Combat Systems Officer; Sub-Lieutenant Matthew Pike, Naval Warfare Officer; and Master Corporal Matthew Cousins, Airborne Electronic Sensor Operator. We have found additional remains, but unfortunately we have not been able to identify them. However, we'll be doing everything possible in the days ahead to identify these remains. This most likely will not occur until they are returned to Canada. Le Colonel Hawthorne et moi,
Colonel Hawthorne and myself are unable to express all the sadness that we feel regarding the tragedy that affected our colleagues. Our sincere condolences go to the family and friends of these soldiers that were aboard this helicopter.
I cannot begin to express the depth of our sadness that something like this has occurred to our shipmates. To the families, friends, and loved ones of all 6 members who were on board the helicopter, we wish to express our deepest sympathies. In addition to the cockpit voice recorder and flight data recorder, we have found additional debris associated with the helicopter, including a side door and pieces of the fuselage. Our thanks go out to all those involved in the search efforts, and in particular our NATO allies operating in the area. They have been steadfast in their support thus far. The Italian and Turkish ships that are part of Standing NATO Maritime Group 2 will remain on station at the scene of the accident to assist with our recovery operations for at least the next 48 hours. Now that the search has transitioned to a recovery operation, HMCS Fredericton will proceed to Italy today, and we expect it to arrive tomorrow morning local time. Before the ship departs the scene of the crash, the ship's company will hold a vigil to pay tribute to our fallen shipmates. Upon arrival in Italy, the ship will transfer the remains to our team on the ground, who will facilitate their return to Canada via Canadian military airlift. The ship will also be met by the Director of Flight Safety Investigation Team, additional chaplains and social workers, and the logistical support team. The remains of our fallen will be brought home next week. More details will be provided as soon as we've been able to make the appropriate arrangement with Italian authorities. HMCS Fredericton will remain alongside in Italy for several days in order to assist the crew through this very difficult period. And we will then return to its mission on Operation Reassurance. Once again, to the families and loved ones of the members involved in this terrible accident, we extend our deepest sympathies. As we all take time to come to terms with this tragedy, our thoughts are with you, and we stand ready to support you through these difficult times. Thank you.